Hello, hello. Good evening. Opening a new chapstick. My lips are so chapped today. I know it's probably the cold and dehydration. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, grab a notepad, grab some water, grab your oils. This class shouldn't take as long tonight. Type in the comments if you would prefer more of a like a 30-minute class, or do you like those really in-depth hour-long classes? I guess it all depends on the topic too, but something that I was discussing with Sarah, like, do they need to always be an hour? Can we shorten it? Because I know our time is really valuable, right? And if we can get the information to you as, thorough and as quick as possible, that would be awesome. But then again, some topics do take a lot longer. So tonight should not take a really long time. Tonight we're talking about habits, making a good habit with our oil routine. And I think this topic speaks to us on many levels. And I'm going to read a children's book to you tonight, because that's just how my brain works. I don't know, being an elementary school teacher, I feel like we can relate a lot to children's books, and just a portion of it. But let me know as I'm kind of admitting people in. We have just a couple more minutes, and I was running a little late tonight. Sorry about that. I'm grabbing transformation oil tonight. So in the comments, I asked you all to already comment, do you prefer 30 minutes or do you prefer that full hour? What do you guys prefer when we get this information out to you? And then tell me what oil you're grabbing. If it's something different tonight, I'm going to tell you a little bit about transformation. If you don't have this one in your arsenal and you're trying to create healthy habits, transformation is like an amazing oil for 2021 or any time. Let me find it in my reference guide. I use this one to help me set better habits when I'm feeling like I need just to create better routines, and it helps my mindset, really. So give me just a second as I find this, because I was not prepared for this. And for those of you that are joining, welcome. My name is Sarah Stutzman. I am one of the leaders on our WellFolk EO community. Some of you are joining from the team Live Well, and so just a part of all your education. We have some awesome educators in here. Okay, there's transformation. If you don't have the desk reference, you still may be able to find it. They just took it out of print, but hopefully 2021, they're coming back with something even bigger and better. But this is kind of like, this reference guide was my go-to when I got my oils. It helped me actually make habits when something would happen, instead of my natural response to grab medication or something over the counter. I'd be like, okay, what does my reference guide say? What oil can I use? So that just helps train my brain. So transformation oil, I am going to drop this in the palm of my hand. Actually, this one's almost empty. I have a few of these bottles. I love having multiple bottles of my favorite oil, because then I have them all around the house, which we're going to talk about tonight. I put this in the back of my brainstem. I put it on the, my forehead, temples, down the bridge of my nose. Those are really the places that I like to apply my oils. People always ask, where do you apply your oils? And I'm just like, get them on your skin. Breathe them in. It does not matter. Yes, there's certain areas to put, if you're targeting specific emotional triggers. They're like, the ears are amazing for emotional pain points. They're obviously, when you're doing the raindrop therapy, if you're not familiar with that, you can just message me and I can tell you all about that. Maybe we can do like a class on that too. You drop those down the spine. For stomach support, you can put that on your stomach. But for me, when I'm just putting an oil on back of my brainstem, my back of my neck, forehead, temples, breathe it in. Okay. So transformation. And here's what the reference guide says. Repressed trauma and tragedy from the past may be out of sight, but they are definitely not out of mind. Memories are imprinted in our cells, for better or for worse. So cellular memory. So as I see we're all women joining tonight, if you, we all were birthed from, a woman's womb, whether it is biological or whether it is, you were adopted, you have certain traits that were passed down from your mother and even from your father too, but in grandparents too, and grandmothers. And so that cellular memory gets stored. And we're going to touch a little bit on that tonight, but I don't know if you're a Bible believing woman, there is, just generational curse. We talk about that. And so these are things that are passed down in cellular memory. And so if you had if your mother had a traumatic pregnancy, the stress that is imprinted in your cellular memory. It's crazy, but as you dive deeper into oils, you're going to dive deeper into this holistic, crazy world that you're like, what did I get myself into? But it's all true. It's all scientific based. And I'm going to mention a woman tonight. And if someone is familiar with her, please type it in the comments. If not, I can do that. Dr. Caroline Leaf, Leaf. She talks a lot about different, brain pathways and how our brain is like this neural plastic. We can change our brain pathways. And so we can change our cellular memory. So we're not a failure of, past traumatic experiences. We can change that, but it does take intention. And so this oil transformation is incredible to help us do that, because when we can recognize that through a scent, and God gave us that, he gave us the gift of, our five senses, and our sense of smell is the only one that is attached to our limbic system that we can use to to change cellular memory. Because think about when you go into when you walk into your house, and if it smells cozy, it smells like cookies or Christmas spirit, it evokes this feeling of comfort and joy for most of us. And maybe for you, maybe it's not. Maybe it is bad memories of growing up in a home that maybe wasn't as pleasant. Or, if you smell something that reminds you of your grandmother or your past, it either evokes a good feeling or a bad feeling. And so through the sense of smell, and I can't even say that maybe, it's a certain smell, it is something that is attached to your memory and what brings you comfort and what can help you change those brain pathways. And so stored negative emotions need to be replaced with joy, hope, and courage. And so Transformation Blend radiates with the purifying oils of lemon and peppermint. You can definitely smell the peppermint, along with revitalizing power of sesquiterpenes from sandalwood and frankincense. Remember, those are the molecules. I feel like we've been having a lot of conversation about molecules with my kids lately. Molecules, some are really heavy and dense, and some are really light and airy, and they dissipate really quickly. Like citrus oils, those molecules are really, really light, and they dissipate in the air. I've heard I forget his name. He's in Young Living. It was a couple years ago at convention. He talked about molecules, and he did this in an amazing way. And he said, citrus oils are like those teen girls at a sleepover, like all the hormones are raging and they're screaming and they're like, ah. So when you're diffusing those oils, that's what they do. They just get into the air and they're like, ah. But like you have sandalwood and patchouli and frankincense and those really heavy, dense molecules, those are sesquiterpenes. Orange and the citrus are more like the monoterpenes. So they're the lighter molecules, where sesquiterpenes are heavy and dense. And they're like the sumo wrestlers of the molecules. Okay. So they linger a little bit more. They linger on your skin. And here's the awesome thing. They also get into our brain. They can penetrate the blood-brain barrier, that barrier that protects our brain from pathogens and things that don't belong there. But because of our oils and the way that they are distilled, they are only taking through the distillation process one time. So the cream of the crop. And this is really important for anyone that asks you, what is the difference? I often get questioned, I know Young Living is the best, but what about this company? And I always say, ask them about their distillation process. How many times do they take their oils through or their plant, matter through? Because there are big name companies out there that say we do a complete distill. And I'm so getting off topic, but this is really important. When you do a complete distill, or you take that plant matter through multiple times, you're breaking down the plant proteins. And then it can't penetrate the blood-brain barrier. And it also creates allergens, because those that are more allergic to things are going to have a sensitivity to those proteins. And so Young Living takes their plant matter through one time, cream of the crop, and that's it. The rest goes out on the field. If you go to their farms, it's like, I don't know what heaven smells like, but I think it would smell like oils. I don't know, but you just walk through like the farms and it just smells incredible. Usually when we're out there, it's summertime and they are distilling juniper, and like just like they take the rest of the plant matter and they mulch it on their flower beds, and it smells incredible. So they do that. They don't just throw it away, they utilize it. But it penetrates that blood-brain barrier so it can get in there into the cellular memory and help our physical body, when we're trying to set intentions, create new pathways, right? And reprogram that cellular memory. And so that was a really long story on transformation. I wasn't planning on that. So maybe this will take an hour, but no, I won't. It won't. So tonight we're talking about making habits, because it's not just habits with our oils, right? It's habits in life. And so as we're entering 2021, I know so many of you are like, okay, I want to change this, I want to change that. And I'm not one for resolutions, because resolutions we can make them anytime. It's just setting intentions and just following through. And so when you invested in that starter kit, someone helped you and helped you with that wellness plan. Maybe they didn't. Maybe you were just self-motivated. But here at Well Folk Revival, we really just hope that someone comes alongside of you, whether it's myself or another leader, to help you create that wellness plan, keep you accountable, because we know that investment, it was a lot, right? And we don't want it sitting on a shelf. And so that's where habits are made. That's where, when you get your oils out, that is when you'll start seeing the results. Like anything, anything requires follow through. So if you've ever said, or maybe you heard a friend say, well, I used thieves when I was not feeling well, and it just didn't work. Well, how many times did you use it? Once, right? It's more than that, because we are programmed to believe we pop an ibuprofen or we take XYZ over the counter and it works, right? We feel relief. But oils are so different. They're in and out of our system in 20 minutes. Sometimes a little longer, if depending on how much work they have to do. But it's just like eating healthy food. When we're eliminating things that aren't as healthy for us and we're incorporating things that are more nutrient dense, it takes time, right, to see results. If we're going to the gym and we go one time and we're like, yeah, that didn't work, I didn't lose 20 pounds like I wanted to. Well, how many times did you go? Once. Well, yeah, that doesn't happen, right? We have to use them every single day, and we need to create a routine. And so I want to read to you, if you have children, or if you don't, this is fun. Berenstain Bears, okay, 1980s. 1980s mama over here. But this one, I love the Berenstain Bears, because you can just, there's so many life lessons in here, and I love reading these to my kids. But this one is the bad habit, and we were finding it tonight, and my girls go, oh, can you read that again to me? And I said, oh, absolutely. So what's her name? The Sister Bear. Sister Bear she had a bad habit. She was biting her fingernails because she was super nervous. And so Mama Bear was filling her wheelbarrow to plant tulip bulbs. So I'm just not reading the whole story, just part of it. And so Sister Bear didn't know what a habit was. And so they're having this conversation. So I'm just going to start here. Mama Bear says, a habit, Mama said, as she pushed the wheelbarrow along the well-worn path, is something you do so often you don't even have to think about it. Habits are a very important part of our lives, and most of them are good, like brushing your teeth and combing your fur when you get up in the morning and looking both ways before you cross the road. But some habits aren't so good, like nail biting, asked sister. You would like to have your nice nails grow back, wouldn't you? Was mother's answer. Oh, yes, said sister, but I keep forgetting. Why is it so hard to remember? Right? Isn't that where we're all at? Why is it so hard to remember? Well, said Mama, it's sort of like this path. I've wheeled this barrow over it so many times that it's worn a deep rut right down the middle, and it keeps getting deeper every time I use it. Why, it's so deep that I can't get out of it without a little help, right? We just create that rut, and we need a little help to just pull that wheelbarrow up and out. That's the way it is with a bad habit. The more you use it, the harder it is to get out of it. Here, and this is where I want to plant the bulbs. Okay, so that's where I ended. So I always like to use that analogy of a wheelbarrow. So now you can kind of picture it in your mind that just kind of, taking the same path. That's the same thing we're doing every single day. We remember, eat our breakfast, I don't remember take my supplements. My kids remember for me to take my supplements, so I'm thankful I have them. But we have these certain things that we do every single day that we remember. And so what we have to do with our oils is find a way to create that system, create a routine that it becomes that well-worn path for us. And so I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see it, but if you are joining live tonight, I'm going to send you a picture of this and 5 simple ways that you can create a routine, not just with your oils, but or a habit in anything in life. And so right here, we can start with a reminder. Always have a reminder, okay? Because when we see something, we remember, okay? If our oils are hidden away and we don't see them, are we going to use them? Probably not, right? They'll just sit on a shelf. And then, that helps us create a routine with them. When we have a reminder, we create a routine. And then for the human person, we love to have a reward. So whatever your reward is, I don't know, maybe some self-care, maybe it's taking, 5 extra minutes in the shower and your husband has the kids. Maybe it is going for a drive by yourself. I don't know, looking at Christmas lights. I don't know, create something that is a reward for you that is going to help you continue these healthy habits. And so moving on, so you'll get that kind of that picture when you complete the link that I'm going to put up here in just a second as we end. But in order to see results, we need to have follow through. We need to have, we need to see it as a reminder, and then we need to create that routine. And so it takes 21 days to create a habit. We need 21 days to change our nerve pathways. Okay. And if you study Dr. Caroline Leaf, I don't see anyone put that. Okay. I have her link for her blog. You can look her up on YouTube. I mean, she is incredible. She talks about the neuroplasticity of our brain. And when we do something for 21 days, when we set an intention, we can change our brain pathways, kind of like changing that wheelbarrow, another pathway, getting it out of the rut and changing it into a good, healthy habit. So what I like to do, I'm just going to run down what I do to help myself as a reminder. I keep my oils out, and I would love to know what you do as well. So comment how you do this as well. But find a central location to start using your oils daily. Set up a station. If you are just beginning, if you are just getting your oils, or if you are, you've had your oils, you can set up stations all over your house. I mean, we have stations everywhere. All right. And you can make them look beautiful. I love to go to Ross. They have beautiful, like little tiered, I'll show you. I can't pronounce it, but these little, like, I don't want to say cake stand because it's not a cake stand, but like just organizers, right? Or I know Ross has shelves, or Amazon, you can find shelves. I have a cake stand from Target, from Joanna Gaines' line, that I have my diffuser on and my oils on in the kitchen. So in the morning, I wake up, I plug my coffee maker in, and I start my oils. I have the diffuser there, it's in front of me, and it's just a routine. It just brings me peace. The house is quiet. Um, and a lot of times it's already filled from the night before. I have the old Aria, so it doesn't run out of water. It just stops at like an hour. I don't know. I know the new one, it runs for a long time. But, and I also have a beautiful little pitcher that I got thrifting and that I can just fill up instead of just a glass. And I fill my diffuser and I put the oils that I want, because the oils that I use in the kitchen are right there. They're my cooking oils. They're the ones that I fill my diffuser with for like the kitchen scents. And they change seasonally. So I have that all set there. And so I do that first thing in the morning. I wake up and do that. And then I take my coffee and I go into the living room. This is my routine. So think about your routine and how you structure your day. I wake up earlier than the kids do because I just need that quiet time. So in my mind, that's my reward. Okay. I don't set a different kind of reward. It's like, okay, I did it. And so turn the Christmas tree on and I have a bottle of water. I just take an old Ningxia bottle and I fill it with water. I set it behind my chair, right where my diffuser is. And so that way there's no excuse of, oh, I have to go out to the kitchen, fill up a water glass, come in and fill my diffuser. No, it's already there, filled up. I just fill up my diffuser, all the oils that I use for like diffusing right next to like my prayer chair. I fill it up, done. Okay. That is my morning routine. And I also have oils in my bedroom too. I have my face oils, my emotional oils, like the ones that I use for the daily protocol from Gary Young. I know Sarah and I have talked about that a lot, but have stations set up, have them out, have them visible, because the more you have them visible, the more you're going to use them, right? So start there. And maybe it's not the oils you start with. Maybe it's just starting with laundry soap. That's using your oils, right? You're changing things out. Maybe it's using hand soap, changing out your hand soap, or the toothpaste. So however you incorporate and start making a habit, start somewhere, right? Where do you find, let's see what you guys all said. Making sure I'm staying on task. Okay, so let's see. Yes, frankincense in the bathroom for when you wash your face. Yeah, so even like face wash too. Ningxia packets in the fridge ready to grab and go so that you have them, for work, at your desk, having 3 productive oils. Yeah, even in my office, I have a shelf that has all my focus oils like clarity. I have my transformation oil there, higher unity, so we can work better together, whoever I'm working with. And yes, so have them out. And if I know some of the supplements like Life 9, you have to have in the fridge, Ningxia Red, you have to have in the fridge. But if you have, like, my kids love Ningxia Red and they won't miss a beat because it's sweet and we don't have juice. And so they're like, oh, we need our Ningxia Red. And so they're dishing it up. They're dishing up the vitamins. So get your kids involved too. They will keep you on track. Seriously. Yes, the supplements. Okay. So here's a little habit for the supplements too. I don't do this. I've thought about doing this, but because my kids keep me on track, I don't. But Angela, you can get one of those the 5-day or the week supplement holders, and you can on a Sunday fill them all up and keep them out then, or just keep them in your fridge, because I know some of the things have to be refrigerated, like the Life 9, but not many. But I know I take a fermented cod liver oil that I do keep in the fridge. So like those things, and the mineral essence from Young Living, that's in the fridge. But if you could keep like one of those little vitamin things, you can get them at the dollar store and just fill it up, and then you're good to go, right? Or you can get one on Amazon that has the morning, afternoon, and evening, and then if you like to space your supplements. But that's a good way. And even if you don't space them out and do morning, afternoon, and evening, even if you can just get your morning supplements in, that's better than nothing, right? Because I know there's things like the multigreens that I would love to take more than once a day because you're supposed to. I don't remember. If I can remember in the morning to take 3, that's good, right? It's better than nothing, so start there. So, last question. Wow, we did get through it. It's like 8:30. Last question for you guys. What other routines do you find that you get stuck in? Maybe you are really good about setting, filling your diffuser, putting your oils on. What other routines do you find that you want to be better at, that you need more tips to help you remember? As you're typing that, let me remind you of something else too. So on the go oils. So if you're at the office, keep a stash of your oils at the office. I love my oil roller necklaces like these. You can find these on Etsy. So I wear them when I'm out in public. And what I love to keep in these is Valor. I keep my Valor with me. And even if I have it on my neck, around my neck, I also have a Valor in my pocket too. And I probably have one in my purse. So they're just take them with you wherever you go. So yes, you can even take them with you on the go around your neck. Again, you can find those necklaces on Etsy. You can find really intricately ones made that are like $300, ridiculous. Or you can find ones that are like $30. Just search. You can get oil and carry cases that you can pre-make rollers to take with you when in your purse, in your diaper bag, to have those things on hand. So make it really easily accessible for you just to grab, right? So diffusing around pets. Okay, so that's a question I do often get. Just make sure that the door is open, make sure the room is open and they have an exit way. Never lock a pet in a room where they don't like a smell, it's harming them. If they can escape, they're smart animals, they can get out. We've been doing this for 6 years and we have a dog and we use the oils on her. We're diffusing all the time. We have a cat that goes in and out. And so, yeah, as long as they have an escape route. So I will keep that in mind for like another Monday night call. That would be really good. Yeah, we do leave ourselves last. If you have, Alexandra, if you have a little station in your room where you're getting ready, I know I don't take a lot of time to get ready in the morning, but my kids see me putting on their oils and they come in, and you have a little guy. So obviously you have to be super fast. So even if you can get like an oil on in the morning, just one oil, like do it. Wash your face, put your frankincense on, you're good to go. Just even if it's one thing, just get that oil on. If it's a good morning, maybe 2 or 3, right? I guess it depends on the day. Yes, at nighttime, spraying your bed down and climbing in. Oh my gosh, yes, so good. Okay, carrying cases for your purse. Oh, Amber, I know. I get those fun carrying cases. I have 2 carrying cases in my purse, and I still have stuff just thrown. Like I have random oils everywhere. So I totally get it, because usually I'm darting out of the house and I'm like, "Ooh, I need that oil today." And I grab it and I throw it in my purse or I throw it in my pocket. So it's just, yeah, it's good to remember if you have them out, you just remember to just throw them in your purse or pocket. But every day is different. So yes, have like your regulars, Amber, like Digize is always in my purse. Peppermint is always in my purse. Lavender is always in my purse. And Valor. Have your go-tos, but then you can always just add on as needed, as you're needed. Your body's going to tell you, sometimes I'm really craving Royal Hawaiian sandalwood. Some days I'm craving joy. Some days, it depends on the day. Your body will tell you, and just go with it. So I thank you all for being here tonight. I'm going to put this link, fill out this form, right? This just helps us with feedback on what Monday nights, should look like, what things you're craving, what topics you want to hear, gives us feedback on these Monday night calls. And then you guys, I'll send you a 5-step just kind of a quick rundown on how to make healthy habits going into 2021, and not just with your oils, but just everyday life. And then a link to Dr. Caroline Leaf's really great blog post that she wrote. And then you can kind of rabbit trail from there and find all her amazing information. She's one to follow. So thank you so much for joining tonight. Have an amazing evening. And next Monday night, Sarah is talking about, I believe it's intentions. Let me check real quick. Manifesting and manifestation. Oh, you guys need to listen to that. So that'll help you with intentions for 2021. And then also coming up, as we're talking about healthy habits, coming up in January, we're going to do a 5-day nutritive cleanse to help jumpstart your wellness routine. Okay. All right. Have an amazing evening. Bye, guys.